Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Sabrina Dami with your 13 Now update on the snowstorm on the way. So let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Paul Caiano. You've been tracking this all week, Paul, and fine-tuning it as the new models come out. So where do we stand right now in terms of when the snow will arrive and how much we might see?
Well, things are on track, Sabrina, from what we thought yesterday in terms of timing and amount, which means that a good chunk of Saturday, if not the whole day, is going to be dry. And then the snow will come in as we hit sunset and the heaviest stuff overnight into early Sunday morning. Right now, it's quiet. We got a lot of clouds today and even some flurries out there and scattered snow showers. So we didn't get as much sunshine. Temperatures are staying below freezing at 30 degrees. So it's going to be kind of gray for a while. We may get some breaks of sun coming through, but it's really not going to help out much. Here's what's left of the snow showers here on the first warning live Doppler radar. Not a whole lot going on. I think the trend will be for drier weather. So if you do have plans for this Friday evening, I wouldn't worry about any snow. It's going to be chilly with temperatures dropping back from the 30s into the 20s. All right, here's the storm as we see it now over Houston. You can see that big blob of green and yellow. That's heavy rain emerging out of the Gulf of Mexico, thunderstorms as well. On the northern fringe, we're getting some snow up into the Missouri Valley. This thing's going to track toward Atlanta, then up the Appalachian Mountains, and then transfer its energy toward the coast. We knew that all that was going to happen. It was after that, when it approached Long Island, that there was some question as to how close it would come to us. Would it move out to sea and bring us just the northern fringe of some light snow? Or would we get several hours of decent snow, which would add up here? And I think the latter is going to be what pans out here. First of all, tomorrow, notice plans at 9 a.m. A lot of folks like to do their grocery shopping, get stuff done on Saturday morning, afternoon, looks fine. 5 o'clock, we start to see the snow chance increase, and it goes up from there. So deeper into the evening, the better chance that we see snow. Later into the night, that snow will pick up and become steady, if not heavy. You could see that here on the hour-by-hour forecast. Dry weather through this evening, dry overnight tonight. Thickening clouds on Saturday will stop the clock at 5 p.m. Notice the first few flurries showing up in the greater capital district, maybe even some light snow out toward Utica, down toward Binghamton and Oneonta, and all of that will overspread our region after dark on Saturday night. You see the darker blue colors here? That's an indication of some steadier and heavier snow, particularly for the Catskills, maybe for a time for the greater capital district. Late at night, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, up until about 3 or 4. Notice what happens, though, as the sun comes up on Sunday. We start to lose some of the steadiest snow. So we may be behind the worst of it by the time we reach early to mid-morning on Sunday, and we could spend the afternoon cleaning out. But I think by the time this whole thing is over, you can see the computer models are converging on several inches of snow, even one that gives us a foot. That's a little bit of an outlier, but with the models converging around 7 or 8 inches, we'll put the greater capital district in a zone of 6 to 8 inches of snow, with a pretty good amount of that coming before the sun comes up on Sunday. The North Country, lower amounts, but still 3 to 6 up near Lake George and Glens Falls, a little bit farther away from the storm track. Then in the Helderbergs, in the Schoharie Valley, the Greene County Catskills, parts of the Taconics, Berkshires, Southern Greens, 8 or more, maybe even a foot of snow in some spots across the higher terrain closer to that storm track to our south. So the bottom line is a lot of this snow is going to come while we sleep overnight Saturday night. I'd still be prepared if you have Saturday evening plans to encounter some snow. And while the steadiest snow, Sabrina, will be out of here by, let's say, lunchtime on Sunday, we could still have these on and off snow showers for a good chunk of the day Sunday. So while things could be cleared out by about noon, wouldn't be surprised if we get a dust here or an inch there right into Sunday evening. And right now it looks like everything will be out of here and cleared out by the Monday morning commute. So right smack in the middle of the weekend for this one.
Yeah, it looks like it. Paul, we'll leave the snowfall map up while we chat for just a minute, because I know that you mentioned the snow earlier today. I saw some where I live in Saratoga County. That has nothing to do with this storm that's approaching, correct?
That's exactly right. The snow that we saw today was just a little push of moisture off of Lake Ontario. It was lake effect snow, actually, and kind of was persistent for a little while in spots with some flurries and snow showers that dusted up the ground a bit. But that's really going by the boards now and completely separate from what we're getting over the weekend.
It was just a taste of
a
what's
little
to
preview.
come. It looks very nice. And as far as the snowfall map now, is this pretty much set in stone, or do you foresee maybe some of the lines, the division between, for instance, the dark blue and the light blue, the Queensbury, Saratoga County, Warren County area? Could that change a little bit?
Yeah, a great question. It's Friday, and 24 hours from now, we still will not have any snow from this storm. So a lot of different computer models come out between now and the beginning of the storm. So even by 4 o'clock, I'm thinking about making some adjustments to this, not major, just fine tuning some of the lines, the amounts, because as we get closer and we get more information, we like to be a little more particular and try to get everybody the exact amount where they're going to get. It's impossible, but we try to get as best as we can. So this was from earlier today, and the latest computer models are coming out now, dissecting those, and I'll have a fresh look at that, and we'll see if there's any adjustments that have to be made for it. It won't be major, I'll tell you that. It's not going to be anything substantial, but maybe some fine tuning of the lines, as you say. And then, of course, even tomorrow, in the morning show and by tomorrow evening 6 o'clock newscast, that we could make further adjustments. But one thing I don't see, Sabrina, is this thing missing us. I don't think we're going to see this go down to 0 or 1 or 2 locally. I think we're talking about changing things from maybe 4 or 5 or 6 or 8, something like that. But we're going to get a decent snowfall here in the capital region.
You showed the radar a few minutes ago. I don't know if there's any way, Paul, you could bring that back up while we chat here. That shows just how far away the storm is right now. It's in the Houston, Texas area, I believe you said. And here, we'll put that back up. And It just shows why you say that, there we go. Why you say that there's a chance for maybe a little adjustment. We're getting snow, you said, but this is how far away it is still. So there's still 24 hours for things to potentially change slightly.
Right. And this storm that you had there, Sabrina, that's not even going to be, that'll be the moisture, but the low pressure center itself still has to transfer the energy to the coast. There's a lot that happens meteorologically. And that's what's just really so remarkable. I'll use a minute just to say this, that our computer models can actually predict that happening, like from one storm to the next, and then how close. This storm, when we first started talking about it, was over the middle of the Pacific Ocean. There's not a lot of data out there. Computer models are great to even have had it on the map. And then we're talking about the difference between us getting an inch or two, which we thought could be possible earlier in the week, and 7 or 8 inches, which is possible now, is about a 75 to 150 mile difference in the storm track when it gets close. So think about something out in the Pacific Ocean, and a 75-mile difference here in the capital region makes all the difference in the world, whether we're shoveling a bunch of snow or a little light dusting. So it really does show the complexity of things and how things have evolved meteorologically for us to be able to tell you stuff like that several days in advance.
Bottom line, as you said, we are getting snow tomorrow, our first snowstorm of this season.
Right.
And you said the newest models are coming out as we speak. So it's 2:20 right now, 4 o'clock on News Channel 13. When we start our Live at 4 show, you will have the update from those models as you're looking at it all right now.
Absolutely. I'm going to go right after this is over and check it out.
You're a busy guy, Paulie. Thank you so much for the update here on 13 Now. We'll see you live at 4.
See you then.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Tune in for sure live at 4 on News Channel 13 for the latest from Paul on the snowstorm that is on the way. A first warning alert day being declared for this starting tomorrow. And you'll have the very latest for you as our whole weather team has been working on this very hard all week. We'll see you on air starting live at 4. For now, I'm Sabrina Dami. We'll see you then.